Hello, everybody. Welcome to this podcast, Where to Begin. My name is Vera, and I'm going to guide you through this episode where it's about, what I'm going to talk about, and further on. So, first, something about me and about this episode, about today's topic, as well as some tips and exercises that you can try out for yourself to get things in motion. And if there are any questions, then there are um, yeah sources where you can reach me or ways to get in touch with me. So first, something about me and about this episode. Um, well, during my life, I collected a lot in my what I call magic box or my toolbox, so to say. And for this episode, it is good to know that I also collected something about human design, which I will also put in this episode a bit. I've got the energy or the aura of an MG, a manifesting generator, and in quantum human design, that's called a time bender. And they tend to have the energy of um, multi-potentialists. Like they like a lot of things, they do a lot of things, they've got the energy for it. It's just where are you going to put your energy in? What is a real big yes for you to put this energy into? Because otherwise you will drain out. Something else, I've got my inspiration center. So on the top of the chart, I've got that one undefined. So I got inspired a lot. I get inspired a lot. I just don't have a fixed way of, yeah, doing something with it, with this energy or the inspiration then that comes up. I also have got the feeling of being inadequate, um, which led to following a lot of courses, studies, programs, and so on. I've got a lot of diplomas, also diplomas and studies I do not do anything with at this moment. And I also did it also because I felt inadequate, but also because I had this feeling of not being enough, that I had to prove myself and also prove my intelligence and my knowing, um, that I had to have this paper so I can prove that I am good enough to blah, 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 fill in the dots. That also had to do with my completely open heart center. I also have got a few gates energies about collecting ideas and stories. I've got the channel of talents and mastery. Yeah, so it's really important for me to have the time to embody something because I cannot do it from a book. It's not when I read a book or read a text or hear something that I can instantly put my energy and body into it. I know I tend to have the capacity to absorb new things and all, and to make it easy and mine real quick. But I have to exercise as well. I have to get mastery over it and get it embodied as well, because otherwise it's just something from a book, and then for me it doesn't feel grounded. It doesn't feel um, yeah, like I can put my soul into it. Then also my body needs to know it completely and be able to um, put my body into it. And I'm also very good at starting things. That's one of the reasons that I uh, named this podcast Where to Begin, because I'm very good at beginnings. Also very good at times to begin to end things. So to make this cycle complete again. Because we've got everything, we are everything So also during the year, there are a lot of other energies that can help you to get through things, and also other people can have the keys for you. So in this podcast, I'm sharing my experiences and stories, and I would like to emphasize that um, because it's my experience with things. It doesn't have to be yours. So really check in with yourself if what you hear, what you see, what you feel is also correct for you. Because I don't pretend to know it all. I'm not a know-it-all. I just happen to have a lot of experience with many things that I would like to share about in order to maybe help you forward if it also suits you. And very important, more than where to begin or how to begin, is that you begin. And when you get one gear in motion, the rest will follow. For some things, it's really handy to have a plan, to have steps planned out in a recipe, for instance, because when you directly want to put a cake in the oven, you first have to make the batter, you know? So, but for the things that I'm discussing and that I'm talking about, it's more important that you start and that you find a way to begin, or a point somewhere to begin, to get one thing in motion, so the rest will follow as well. So for this episode, well, next to human design or quantum human design, I also collected yin yoga in my toolbox or in my magic box. I happen to have some knowledge about and wisdom about the chakras, which is also in the human design system. I also have some experiences with nutrition and neurotransmitters, as well with earthing. And not only, as I said, from a book, I also put my heart, soul, body, everything into it to really experience it into the depth. Today's topic is barefoot walking, and I would like to talk about what it is, what are the results or benefits from it, and what my experiences are. So first, what is barefoot walking? Well, as it says, um, need I say more? It is barefoot walking, so shoes off and go. No socks, no shoes, just get them out, get them off, and start walking. Well, there are a lot of movements and Facebook groups nowadays. There's also a movie about barefoot walking or earthing. Um, yeah, to get you into this habit or into this feeling of barefoot walking. But there's more to it. It's not, it is just walking barefoot, so with no shoes and no socks. But there's more. Because there are some benefits to it as well if you walk barefoot. Um, because when you walk with your shoes on, there is a disconnect between you and the earth. And the earth is also there to help us ground, but also to get us in a more natural state of being. I'll get to that later on. First, what are the results, the benefits? Why should you do it in the first place? So when you walk without your shoes and your socks on, it massages your reflex zones and pressure points that are underneath your feet. Also, they are in the hands as well, but yeah, we happen to walk on our feet nowadays. And when you walk barefoot, then there is this massage that you are instantly getting, which makes it more easier to get into your body and to have also your organs, those energy points met in a massage. And it makes you feel more at ease. And also all the organs and all the energies will work for you from that point on. Another thing, when you walk barefoot, is that the plantar fascia becomes smoother. And well, the plantar fascia or fascia itself is it's like connective tissue. It is one big network through through our body. It also keeps the organs and everything together. And the fascia underneath our feet is also connected with the backside of our legs, also with our back, neck, and also to the skull. So it could be when the plantar fascia has got some knots in it or is not as smooth as possible, that you have headaches, for instance, or that you have pain in your lower back or somewhere else on this line. Um, Through this fascia or connective tissue, they found out in studies that there are dots of water, and those dots of water are in lines, and those lines are, yeah, almost similar to the meridian system or the nadi system that's been found in India in the yogic tradition as well. So it also helps to line out and yeah, get those meridians, those little rivers of water, to get them flowing a bit more easy as well. Another benefit or result could be that the muscles of your foot are and feet are taking over again. So I don't know. There are those kinds of soles that you can put into your shoes, um, and that where your foot or your feet can rest upon. Well, I had those as well because I also had some issues with my hips and shoulders and other parts of my body. But once I started to take them out too, and also to walk on my bare feet, my muscles took over and it got me more into balance again. It balanced the whole system out. And it also makes those muscle yeah, stronger again. Yeah, another benefit or other result is that it helps you to ground or to earth. Yeah, it really helps you to get into your body instead of living your life in your head. Um, the other day I had this severe headache, like a migraine, and I was lying on the couch. I did call my boyfriend just to get me through this episode as we help each other. And he told me at that time that we were making this phone call that he was in the woods, that he went to the forest to have a walk. And that reminded me, and I said out loud, "Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to the forest and I'll take off my shoes and my socks and I'm going to walk this little round in the forest and see if it helps, because I can envision it for me right now that this might be a good idea to do and to help me to get from my head into my body again." And so I did, and it really helped me to get into my body again. And I felt my head. It was so warm. It was really hot, like a fever almost. It 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 went down and down and down, and yeah, like it really got out of my feet into the earth. That's how it felt. It really got me into my body again, here on earth again, incarnated into the flesh. Another thing also mentioned before, there are several pressure points and meridians in your feet that get massaged and stimulated. It also helps to improve the blood circulation and the intake of oxygen, which also improves your immune system, for instance, or other parts in your body and your life. It really gives it more oxygen, more life to it. And it also is a detox of energy in general that you pick up during the day. Because just living your life, we tend to pick up energies or yeah, it could be conversations, it could be sound, it could be something you feel or see, and we get loaded. There could be so much energy in our systems, and if we don't unload it, if we don't get rid of it, it can give you this exhaustion feeling or hyperactive, or you cannot sleep so well, or those kind of things. And when you get in touch with the earth again, those positive yeah, loaded energy thingies, I do not know the word in English at this moment, um, they go into this connection with the earth that is loaded negatively. And when those positive and negative are again exchanged, you will get into a more neutral state of being. So you will feel more at ease, more balanced, more calm, more at rest. And barefoot walking can help you with that, especially on earth itself or something, a natural surface. And yeah, not only energies that we pick up, but also toxins in every every way of the word. So it brings us more relaxation, it brings us more peace, it brings us more calmness. Also, your sleep improves, or at least mine did. I also have got an earthing sheet and also an earthing pillow. Also, I've got an earthing yoga mat as well. And also little mats to put underneath my feet or underneath my electronic devices, because I happen to have this sensitivity to Wi-Fi and all those kind of stuff. And that also really helps me to ground down as well. So it decreases too much stress if you walk barefoot foot. Yeah, because we do need a little bit of stress. It's just the amount of stress that we are getting ourselves into. Yeah, the hectic lifestyle that we can have, this rat race. It looks like it could feel like to our systems if there's a saber-toothed tiger around the corner, every corner, that every email or every text is a saber-toothed tiger, that we really have to get ourselves ready to fight, flight, freeze, fawn, whatever happens in that state to you. And we do need a little stretch to get us into motion and to get us going. But it's the amount of stress lately that most of us are experiencing that, in my opinion, makes, well, 95% of all diseases. It could be the root cause of it, if you ask me. Stress in the biggest sense of the word, because there are many types of stress. So to decrease this too much stress, and when there is too much stress, it can help you when you walk on your bare feet to get rid of that, or to lower the amount, or to get you in this state that you can handle your stress better, and also see where you can improve your life if it comes to stress or other things. It helps you to get more in balance and to get you into the here and now. Our body, or our breath, I mean, is always in the here and now. So that's also something that could really, really help you to ground as well. Well, my experiences, it's been through the story already a little bit. But it all started in childhood because I loved to walk on my bare feet. And I got shoes as well. So I got this discrepancy as well. So I got this disconnection of me and the earth as well. And I need it. I really feel that I need it. It is one of my yeah, lifesavers, so to say. Another thing where it helped me with was physical issues. As I also mentioned before a little bit, my pelvis, I got issues with my pelvis, and our pelvises are yeah, connected to balance as well. To be grounded, to be here, to the first chakra, to the root chakra. And my pelvis somewhere along the way got rotated. So everything in my balance center, so to say, was out of balance. Every movement that I made from out of this balance center, yeah, I was adjusting constantly. And once I got this fixed, also with I don't know if that's in English too, but or in the Netherlands it's called an osteopath. So it is more than a physiotherapist. It's someone who, yeah, sees the body as a whole as well. It's more holistic than a physiotherapist. Um, so my once that rotation got into balance again, along with barefoot walking, helped to get the rest of the system aligned again as well. And I started in summer, most of the, again, to walk on my without shoes. So in summer when it's warm and when there's a lot of possibilities to walk without your shoes, I started at a lot of festivals and on holidays as well. Wherever I could, I put my shoes off or flip-flops off, and I just walked barefoot. And it got extended to the beach or to the forest. And the more I did it, the more benefits I got to notice and to experience. I really got the hang of it and I extended it. So last year, I guess, well, 8 or 9 months out of 12, I walked without shoes. Because there are moments that I do put shoes on, but I put on special shoes. I'll get to that. So this year I started quite early, so to say, to walk barefoot again. On the 1st of February, I put off my shoes when I was in the forest. I just it I just had to. It had been raining, so the earth was a bit wet, and that is ideal. That's really an ideal situation, because then the energy is more collided. I don't know the word for it exactly, but it's more easily transported. So you really get more benefits out of it, especially in the mud. Putting your feet in the mud when it's earth and water together, that is a really good combination. And of course, it was a bit cold. So I did quite a walk through the forest. And when I got home, I got myself a foot bath, like with warm water and everything. So I really took good care of my feet afterwards. So I started in the forest this year, but later on I walk barefoot everywhere. Um, and if I walk on the streets, for example, I really have to, and I really do, watch out where to put my feet, because there could be anything on the streets, like glass or chewing gum or, well, you name it. But especially because I have to watch where I put my foot, and later on it will be more easy to, and not to be over alert where to put my foot. It really makes me taking care of nature and the planet as well. Because sometimes I also in the forest, I bring this plastic bag or a bag to collect all the dirt that I find, or that so Yeah, I clean up as well. And beside of that, taking care of nature and the planet, I also take care of me and my feet a lot more. So it's got me into self-care and self-love so much more than before. I have to take care of me. And that's the start point of everything. Self-love is the beginning of the rest. First, you fill your own cup first, and when it overflows, you can share with others too. So, well, I already gave some tips and tricks, but now that we are at this part of the tips and exercises, feel and check for yourself what is right for you. You know, because if it doesn't feel right, if it isn't possible, or whatever reason, see if there's something else that suits you better. You could start, for example, for instance, to walk without your shoes at home. Yeah, that's a very easy one. Maybe the materials aren't as natural as outside, but hey, you could start. It's a good beginning to start at home. You could also walk barefoot at the beach or in the forest. And with this, it truly helps to get a buddy or a friend to do it along with you. It could be more fun, and it could also be more easy to get out your shoes. You've got someone else who is accompanying you. So maybe the bit of shame that could come along with walking barefoot, maybe you can overcome it together. Yeah, maybe there are more people that you know and that you can walk along with, or maybe they have the right words, exercises, tips for you that help you to get moving if this is something that you would like to try out or see if it is something for you. Well, when it is wet or cold, especially on the streets or pavements, I've got barefoot shoes. And maybe that's cheating. I'm fine. But then I put on my flip-flops or my barefoot shoes, and the soles of those shoes are more flexible, so I still get the massage and the connection and the muscles to work for themselves. Also, a really good tip when you walk barefoot is to get a foot bath. You put warm water into it and some maybe some Epsom salt or herbs or your favorite oil or whatever. Uh, and also to massage your feet, to get a massage or to do it yourself, because it's not so hard to give your foot a massage. Just holding it in between your hands. Maybe you would like to um, get your hands warm first by rubbing them along each other. Then put your hands on your feet, one on top and one on the bottom, for instance. And you could just, like, when you're, I don't know, if you make bread sometimes, or cakes or cookies, like massaging the dough, like then massaging your feet. So you could do that with your thumbs, or you could do that with the palm of your hands, whatever feels right. What also could be nice is that you put your fingers in between the toes, and then you start to circle with your hand and with your ankle, one way round or the other way, maybe moving it up and down as well. Maybe rubbing the top side of your foot or the back side of your foot on top or lower part. Just massaging it. You could do it without oil, you could do it with oil. And then just take a moment to feel the difference between the feet between left and between right. And when it's time, you could also massage your other foot by doing the same sequence or in another follow-up, whatever feels right. What I also did was going to someone who took care of my feet, like a pedicure, because there tends to be some skin that gets harder. I've got the name in English, I'm sorry. But also my nails, not to have them with colors or something, but just to take good care of my feet and to make sure that they are healthy as well. Something else that really helps me to get this plantar fascia, the connective tissue underneath your feet, to get that more smooth, is a yin yoga pose or a pose from yoga, because it's also in the yang forms like vinyasa or hatha or and so on. It's the toe stretch. I found out that the more I walk on barefoot, it's easier to do this one. So if you would like to try it out for you, if it's possible, you kneel down on your knees and you come to sit on your knees and on your heels. And then you bring your upper body forward. You come on all fours. So on your hands and on your knees. Then you curl your toes into the mat or into the surface you're upon. And then slowly you bring back your upper body and come to sit onto your heels and knees again. And if it's too much, because at first maybe it's all right, and then all of a sudden you feel the stretch, you can always lean forward again. Bring your upper body a bit forward again. Most importantly is that you breathe and that you really go into it slowly, gentle, and not with too much force. That you can still breathe in and out and relax. Also the muscles of your face and your shoulders. And that your belly is moving along while you're breathing in and out. And whenever it's enough, you get out of this pose. You get out of this asana. Because everything is temporarily. It's not permanent. So don't make it like it's permanent. So this one really helped me to get into my body as well as also into barefoot walking. It made that one easier. And if you get out of this pose, you can either come into child's pose, balasana, or you can sit on your knees, or you can lay down for a moment. Just feel whatever feels right for you. Laying down could be on your back, on your side, on your belly. And just take a moment to feel and to get also this what just happened, because also the meridians got stretched or got some emphasis or some attention to integrate this new information. So that about the toe stretch. It works both ways with barefoot walking, if you ask me. I heard people could get into this pose for 6 minutes, maybe more, I don't know. You could put a timer, but if it's enough, it's enough. And don't extend it. And don't push yourself. And be always kind and gentle. Okay, that about the toe stretch. Another exercise also to get the feet into motion, to get the pressure point massage as well, to get the plantar fascia to get more smooth is, yeah, it's like a massage with a tennis ball. It's an exercise with a tennis ball. So first you stand on both feet. Your feet, yeah, hip width distance. Your knees are soft. Your shoulders are above your hips. Your spine as long as possible. And also your shoulders are low, away from your ears. Your jaws are also relaxed. And then from here, you put your chin on your chest and you roll down. Vertebra by vertebra until it's enough. See where you put your hands. Maybe you want to rest them on your upper thighs. Maybe you want to rest them on your shins or on the floor. Maybe you want to dangle so that you have your elbows in your arms, or yeah, in your hands. Just feel what you come along or in this pose. You don't have to get your nose onto the floor, your hands onto the floor. It's all about the direction. And whatever you come along while exercising this pose. You stay here for a few breaths. And then on your next inhale, you roll up again, vertebrae by vertebra. Your neck and head come last. And then you get this tennis ball and you put it underneath one of your feet. And first you put it underneath the place underneath your toes. So not the toes itself, but a bit more to the center of your foot. And you find your balance between left and right, and then you start to move your weight from left to right. Your knees are still soft, your shoulders above your hips. The muscles of your face are relaxed, shoulders low, down and away from your ears. Also your hands, get them relaxed as well, release the tension. And maybe you want to connect your breath with the movement. So feel when you want to inhale and feel when you want to exhale. And then find your balance again in between, in the center, more or less. And then you start to move this tennis ball from your big toe to your heel and back. And then second toe to your heel and back. So you're rolling your foot and your toes over the tennis ball to get a massage. Maybe you want to repeat this for every toe. And do it slow. Make sure you're still able to breathe as well. Maybe to connect your breathing and this movement together. And once you've done 1 or 2 rounds of it, then you roll around your foot over this ball to get it massaged wherever it isn't massaged yet, wherever you feel little lumps or knots, for instance. Then you can pause there with the tennis ball and breathe in and out into it. Breathe through. And then you put the ball underneath your heel, like you're walking on heels at one foot. Let yourself straighten up again so your knees are loose, your shoulders above your hips. All the muscles that you don't need are relaxed, and then you start to move again left to right, maybe connecting your breath with the movement. And once you've done that a couple of times, then maybe you want to massage again with your foot, with the tennis ball. And when that's done, you get this tennis ball underneath or away from your foot. You put it aside, and then you place your foot next to the other one, hip width distance. And feel what's now, what is the difference, if there is a difference. Maybe one foot feels warmer or more tingly or colder. One feels bigger than the other. One is glowing. It could be anything. If you ask me, for me, it feels like the one that got massaged with the tennis ball feels more like a pancake to me. And then walk a little round wherever you are to get this into all your cells and to get your body into this feeling, to get this memory. And then you repeat this on the other side, on your other foot. And once you've done your other foot, you again roll down, chin on your chest, you roll down to feel if there is a difference between the first time you rolled down and the second time, this time. Maybe there's more space, maybe there's something else that asks your attention, maybe there's more room to breathe, or it feels softer, warmer. It could be anything. As long as it's not an itchy pain on one place, it's okay if it is okay for you and if you can still breathe through it. And after that, on your next inhale, you roll up again, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your neck and head come, they come last. And then breathe and feel. And then walk around. Because this walking around also helps your body memory. Oh, this is also possible. This is how it feels when things are getting untangled or unwinded. So this is what I wanted to share or could share at this moment or in this moment about this topic about barefoot walking. If there are any questions as a result of this podcast or about what I have to offer, please reach out. Please let me know. You can email me. I'll make sure that it's somewhere written as well. You can send me a message on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, through my website as well, if those platforms still exist. And we'll find a way to connect. Yeah, so if there's something, please let me know. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode. I hope it helped and that it also got you into barefoot walking or you've got inspiration for something to improve your own life and to get yourself into a mode of and habit of self-love. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and hope to catch you in the next one. Bye bye.